I think migraines are fake. I think people get bad headaches. That could be the case. But I don't think migraines are real. And I think people baby them too much. Okay, your head hurts a little bit. Work past it. Oh, the light hurts your eyes? Put on sunglasses. Turn off the lights. But I don't think you gotta take a whole day, take days from having a migraine and just not be able to work as a result of it. I don't think they're real. Okay, you might need some electrolytes to recover from it. But I think you got maybe a bad headache, just a headache. Grow up. 2, 1. Hello, welcome to the Pretty Huge Dilemma podcast. Today, we're going to talk about my Final Four predictions, what health condition I don't think 100% exists, the Artemis launch that happened, and a couple other weirder ideas, thoughts, ways to make life easier, dilemmas I've dealt with. How are we going to solve those? All right, kind of fell off there at the end because I just have a list of topics to talk about. Some of them aren't really, they aren't fully thought out ideas. There's, as this podcast usually goes, just things that I think about and things that happen in my life. So as you can see, haircut, Easter coming up, how to get a haircut, how to shave. Man, a lot of people asking me if I'm losing weight recently. I don't know what that's about. Maybe I'm just withering away. Could be. Today at the gym, saw a vein in one of my calves. Man, there are a couple options of what that could be. One, I think 3 possible options. One, things are starting to finally pay off in the gym. Nutrition, sleep, working out, finally paying off because calf vein, not easy to get. Other ones, arms, not as difficult. Biceps, not as difficult. But once you start getting in your legs, your quads, things like that, those can be difficult to get. So that's one thing. Things finally paying off. 2, I have a deadly, incurable disease that's happening, that's causing this to happen. Or 3, Ashley is somehow dosing me with testosterone, HGH, tren, something like that. Some sort of steroids, and that's causing my veins to dilate more. Could be any of those conditions for it. Trying to get Ashley to take more creatine. We'll see if that happens for all the benefits of it. Starting at just the 5-gram dosage of it, which Rhonda Patrick, she's like, go 10, 15, 20 if you had a bad night of sleep. Have it all throughout the day. Why not? So we're starting off at the little bit amount, and she asked me, doesn't this cause you to retain water? That's fine. It retains water in your biceps. Scale might go up. That's okay. Not as concerned about that. You're not worrying about a wrestling weight class or having a big UFC fight where you got to get rid of all this water or doing a bodybuilding competition. So it's okay for you. And you aren't going to get too bulky. I've been trying to get too bulky for, I've been trying to get too bulky for years. It's not happening. It's not just an overnight thing. It's going to take a lot more than this little bit of creatine you're sprinkling in your water. So that's going to take a lot more than that. I want to get into the March Madness finals, which, what's the time? I think started right now. The Final Fours. It's UConn, Illinois. Iowa lost to Illinois. Unfortunately, I was not able to watch all of that game. The Kill Tony show was happening at the same time, so I was able to get some ESPN updates from it, but wasn't able to watch it. I'm not going to go into the Kill Tony experience, what that was like, because that episode hasn't come out yet. It might come out on Monday. I'm not sure how far ahead he records and puts out his shows, but he asked the crowd not to talk about it. So I'm going to respect those wishes because this podcast, a lot of numbers. Don't want to spoil anything that happened there. It was, I don't know, as expected, it was funny. I'll go maybe more into that next week, potentially. It was pretty cool. Except that was at the same time as the Iowa game. It was close, I thought. Again, this is just looking at the box score, watching the game cast. But at the end, it kind of just slipped away. It's unfortunate. I was hoping Iowa would beat every Midwest team all the way to the finals. Beat Nebraska, beat Illinois, beat Michigan State. That would have been pretty funny to see, just traveling all over the country to play teams that are in your conference in less than a 5 hour drive or couple hour flight away from it. It was okay. It was a nice first step. Some people are calling Iowa the Indiana of basketball because Iowa decent in basketball, which I don't think Indiana were they decent in football. They probably were. They might have been near the bottom of it. Iowa might have been near the bottom of it. Couldn't get out of the first round of March Madness. But now, like Indiana, they made the playoffs their first year Signetti was there. Then they won the whole thing. Now Iowa got to the Elite Eight first season with Ben McCullough. Next year, who knows? I don't know how many people are coming back. I don't know what the recruiting is looking like, how many people want to go to Iowa for basketball. Maybe more now. And with Trump's executive order, where people going to play 5 years, have one transfer, I'm not 100% sure how Trump has the power to put an executive order to do that. I know the Supreme Court's been involved somehow with rulings where they overturn things that the NCAA says because fair trade, something like that the Supreme Court does. I don't know how Trump put an executive order to do that. Also, Trump, don't you have other kind of things going on that might be more pressing potentially? I don't know how politics exactly work. I don't know what his free time schedule is like. He could have time to do this, just have other people draft it. All he has to do is sign it. That could be it. There's also other things that get done in Congress where they'll just pass like these random things through the House, through the Senate that, because I think this is what the example I was thinking about, because they passed something for boxing, of the judges, of the regulations for it. And I thought to myself, doesn't the people in the Senate, House of Representatives have other pressing, more important things going on than looking at this boxing conference, this boxing league that's going on? That seems a little below what they should be paying attention to. But then the other thing is there are a number of people in there. They got to do something while they're there, get something passed for it. So I guess they do have time to do that. But only 5 years? Man, that's too bad. I only went 8 years and one transfer. Other people, 5 years, one transfer. I don't know if it's between levels you can transfer. I'm not going to read the executive order. I don't know how you get a copy of the executive order. Is there a website you got to go to, some .gov website where you find all the executive orders, all the writings in it? So I don't know how long it is, how many lines it has to be for it. Someone else can read through that. I think, so the first game, UConn, Illinois. Again, I'm just going to go what I want to happen. I don't know what. That's pretty much it. And obviously it's a possibility because almost anything could happen. Like UConn winning, that was pretty fun to watch. I'm not going to go into that because at this point, 2 weeks past it. I think UConn beats Illinois, and then Arizona beats Michigan. Then it'd be pretty cool if UConn won it all. I think they were pretty exciting. They haven't won too much for me to start disliking them. And I also don't interact with that many UConn fans. But if that number starts increasing, then my not dislike, not like of them, just my melancholiness, I don't know if that's a word, but they're there, it's cool, they're winning a lot, conversation, that might go away if I start meeting more UConn fans, or they start talking too much online. I could switch that pretty instantly. If they start getting bandwagon fans, I don't know, are people starting to bandwagon for UConn? Because I think UConn's been pretty around competitive for it. I don't see too much UConn gear going around. People wearing a bunch of different colors for that. I think Arizona, Michigan have one seeds going at it. I think they've been better than everyone else this tournament. I don't know players on their teams. Not that in depth to it. Just kind of see the final scores and who they've beaten. But Arizona, I also don't know too many people from them. Dan Soder, he went there. That was pretty cool. Other people, I think there's one person at my church who went there. But other than that, I don't know too many Arizona people. They kind of just retirement old people going on there. What's going on there? Okay, yeah, I think, I don't know, it'd be pretty cool if UConn won it. They beat Illinois, then Arizona's tired out from playing Michigan too late on a Saturday. So I don't know what time that game starts. It's like 9:30 Central or something like that. That's way too late. They're not gonna have their rest. Then they gotta get up early for Easter. They're not gonna be able to make it there. Which, speaking of Easter weekend, Monday, Thursday, Good Friday. Today's Holy Saturday. Easter Sunday tomorrow for a Good Friday service. And this is one of the random things I thought about. A Good Friday service, the music that they're playing there, I think it can only be played on a couple of possible instruments. It can be played on an organ, a piano. So one of those two have to be like the main ones for it. And then it can be accompanied by like a cello or a bass. But bass is like the really big one. So maybe not even a bass. I think these should be played on either piano or organ as the main ones, and accompanied by a cello. Because I think cello is like step below, register below. I don't know how this music stuff works. Below like a violin, and a bass might be too, I don't know, too much bass. Can't have all that bass in church. But I think it has to be played on one of those, because if it's played on a guitar or some other instrument, a clarinet, a flute, a trumpet, those are kind of too high and don't get me as sad. Even a guitar, that doesn't make me as sad, doesn't get me as emotional, which me, editor, music can really impact how a video or emotions people feel for it. I think guitar too upbeat for it. You can't get the like sadness of it as well as you can like a piano or an organ. Maybe it's because you can play like lower notes on an organ or a piano than you can a guitar. Because guitar you can only play like, so like, again, I'm calling them low notes. I don't know what else to call them, but they're really like low sounding stuff like that. That's one of the random thoughts I had. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a counter on. Counter there? No, random thoughts. At a Good Friday service, you need to have a piano or an organ playing as the main one, and potentially accompanied by a cello. No other instruments. Is that what else are the options for it to play there? A guitar, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, drums. I don't know if drums would do it. Drums. So who gets sad when they hear drums? They just think, oh, those drums are pretty sweet. They don't make me sad about things. There's a Good Friday service. Yeah, there's a little bit more reflective. What the sins that Jesus on the cross to pay for. So we want to have a little bit more emotion, sadness for it. And some instruments get that out of people better than others for it. Okay, so that's nice. I got that out for it. Okay. Other thing in the news, the Artemis 2 launch. That was pretty cool. I didn't know too much about it. Kind of saw on the calendar, didn't pay too much for it. These space things, they can get delayed. And if they get delayed, it could be years sometimes. And even if things only get delayed like 3 years, that could be short for space launches. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with it. That was pretty cool. Watched a couple videos on it, everything they were doing, all the different motor engines that they had falling off, coming to Earth, all of the different separation things they had going on, how fast they were going, the reason why they launched at a certain time. I could go through those YouTube videos now, but they were pretty good on the graphics part of it, where they had like, this is the layout of it, things start falling off of it, the timeline of events, the L minus, the T minus, things like that. But what I thought during it was those astronauts. Okay, astronauts, different breed. They got a lot of other stuff going on. They go through all this training, all this physical ability, do things zero gravity. They go underwater, stuff like that. One guy spent like an extended amount of time on the sea floor for whatever reason. I think it was the Canadian guy. He was just on the sea floor doing whatever tests for it. So they're, able to do all these abilities, stuff like that. Their mentals, to be an astronaut and just have all your mentals put together, similar to, this is something else I heard, is that Navy people who go like on the ship, like under the sea on the submarine, stuff like that, they have to go through all this testing for their mental like acumen, stuff like that, figure out how they deal with things. Because when you're down there in that ship, like, you're down there. When you're up in space, like, you're up there. You sometimes have contact with people on the surface. They're able to help you out, but sometimes you're not. You just have to be able to deal with it and come to peace with it, I guess, where, yep, you're there. This is all I got. I can't go back. I can't fly there in an hour. I can't do a 30-minute drive. I'm just there. So, yeah, all this stuff. My thought was they got to get in this spacecraft and then they're sitting on that launch pad for hours. Hours just sitting there on their backs looking up. And I'm like, man, I've gone to the bathroom multiple times watching this launch about to happen, and they're just there. I've tuned in, I've tuned out, I'm doing other stuff and forgot that it was even happening. They're just there, sitting there. I'm watching a replay of it, I'm seeing what's happening, so I can kind of skip ahead. And I was like, even with the skipping, I'm not sure what they're doing mentally to not have to go to the bathroom at all. Did they just completely dehydrate themselves so they just don't have to go to the bathroom? Because once I get strapped in, okay, you got an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and then it's, hey, like, I'm going to need to get out of here and use this new bathroom that you installed on here in the spacecraft. Because evidently it's just the first spacecraft that had a bathroom installed on there. And it's the biggest one they had because they could fit 3 people in there for it. And before, yeah, they didn't have a separate bathroom for it. But now I guess they do. So they might need those just for some privacy, I guess. That's all right. But man, how are they not going to the bathroom during that? I don't know, what day are we into it? They launched on the 1st, so like 3 days into it. Some point, so they keep going around Earth. Maybe I need to look outside and see if I can see their spaceship come by or not. Then they're just gonna loop around Earth's gravity, get into the moon's gravity, come back, and just land in San Diego. I don't know how space people plan out where they're going, because on Earth it's hard enough figuring out like airplanes, stuff like that, where they're gonna go, figuring out that gravity. And now you're dealing with all these other ones in zero gravity in a vacuum. How do you figure out where you're going for it? Which I guess there are smart people that work there that NASA hires to do this planning of where they're going. But man, one thing's off and you're just gone. You're just not getting back. And this goes to the science, to all the sci-fi movies I've watched. Interstellar, I really enjoy that movie. For some reason, a couple of like, I don't know, a couple movies I really like, they're just so long. Interstellar, cool movie, like seeing stuff in there. The other one, Guardian, with Ashton Kutcher and I forget the other guy's name, some old guy. He was like a pitcher in Tin Cup, Kevin Costner. That's it. That movie also pretty long, but when I see it, I almost have to watch it because I very much enjoy it. Even though I'm not very good at swimming, also not good at being an astronaut. So maybe that's it. Man, how they plan out these missions and their paths they take, the gravity of these different objects that are out there. Because yeah, there's that equation. Every object has some like attraction gravity field around it based on the mass of it. Some you don't feel as much because there's not a lot of mass, but other ones like planets, man, you're just getting pulled all over the place. And it's not something you can just send something out, okay, let's see how this goes, send these people out there, send this ship out there. It's your one time, you have to get this right for it. Okay, that's Artemis launch. We'll see. By this time next week, I think they'll be landing back because that's about 10 days, right? I think so. Okay, let's get into these health things. How far? Okay, we'll see how long these are. All right, so 2 healthcare, health field related things. So first one, pharmacies. I think pharmacies should be run more like fast food pickup locations where you can order through their app, have it on pickup, go there, get it, show your ID, and leave. Because getting stuck in these drive-through lines, they need some Chick-fil-A type drive-through people working there sometimes because it takes too long for things to happen. For me, I don't know what these people are talking about with the pharmacy worker sometimes, where I pull up, I say, it's my name, this is my date of birth, this is what I'm picking up. All right, we're out. I'm in, I'm out, my card's loaded in the app. Oh, I see there's a card on file. Yep, use that. I'm out. Other people, I don't know if they're asking questions. They could be asking the pharmacist questions. That could be it. Then you might need to add an express lane that people can go in where I know what I'm getting, been here before, I don't have questions. I just need this prescription. Put it out on a little cart thing in front where it's sorted by name for it. So a DoorDash worker could come and just pick it up for me and bring it. Because waiting in those drive-through lines, they go so slow sometimes. I get like 4 cars in front of me. It takes 10 minutes for me to get up there. Like, you're supposed to have all these medicines sorted out, last names ready to go. Why is it not name, date of birth, even giving me your card? All right, I guess that's fine. But put your card on file, man. You're going to be, if you're getting a prescription, you're going to get another prescription in the future. So let's put your card there. Which, going through the pain now, getting a new debit card, man, it's a pain. I got to remember where I have auto pay for all these things. So I'm going through my bank statement, seeing, okay, is this one auto paid? Is this one? Because at some point the lights just might go out here, and that would be an issue to have, which I think I have most of the things covered, maybe not. I don't know. And if it is an auto pay, maybe they'll take away the credit that I get for having an auto pay. My internet, phone, they could say you went off auto pay for 30 seconds, so you don't get this monthly discount anymore. Well, I tried for it. Being a new debit card, it's such a pain. Yeah, if you have a bunch of subscriptions, things like that, you don't like paying for, okay, that could clean some things out, similar to what Rocket Money does. But I don't. I'm well aware of what my subscriptions are. So getting a new debit card's pretty much just a pain for it. Nothing really enjoyable about it. Oh, I need to wipe my nose now. Cut this. Producer, get this out. All right, good enough. Not wash my hands. It's okay. Okay, so that's the pharmacy thing. Things need to be run faster. I know what I'm getting, and yeah, I think it could be. I don't know if it could be run better. They're doing the best they can. The times of things. Do I ask them questions? Not too much for it. Sometimes if it's something new, prescription type thing, if I can eat, I don't even ask them if I can take it with other stuff because I'm already asking the doctor all these questions about it. Not too much. Okay. The other medical thing, which this might be a clip, is get in the zone. Fix my haircut. Make sure that's all good. I think migraines are fake. I think people get bad headaches. That could be the case. But I don't think migraines are real. And I think people baby them too much. Okay, your head hurts a little bit. Work past it. Oh, the light hurts your eyes? Put on sunglasses. Turn off the lights. But I don't think you gotta take a whole day, take days from having a migraine and just not be able to work as a result of it. I don't think they're real. Okay, you might need some electrolytes to recover from it. But I think you got maybe a bad headache, just a headache. Grow up. Again, I probably don't want to say grow up, but I'm not sure they're real. Cut it, print it, send it. I don't get them. I don't think I've had a migraine before. I've been hit in the head from sports, things like that, gotten headaches. Yeah, sometimes when I have a headache or I'm hungover, I don't like seeing the lights. I don't like having a lot of lights on early in the morning, late in the evenings. Don't like that. Loud sounds hurt my ears. Okay, that's a headache. Had a bad night of sleep. Could also be the result of that. But a migraine, where it's I can't do anything. I just gotta lay in my bed. Because the other thing is, the migraine just goes away. Just a time thing. I think there has to be some better solution than that than just lay around, not do anything. Like, you're able to do stuff. Yeah, you got a headache. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't had a migraine before. And hopefully this camera isn't too slanted. Is this camera too slanted? Probably is. I might need to upgrade that. Maybe I need maybe I need to slant myself to compensate for it. I don't know. It might be. Is this table too slanted? Nah, that's just that's just what you get for watching this. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure migraines are real. I don't know. How do you diagnose someone with migraine? You say, laid on, laid off, laid on, laid off. Okay, you don't like that? Migraine. Again, I am a doctor. I was gonna say I'm not a doctor, but I am. Okay, let's see here. New debit card pains. Okay, let's go. I think I might cut it there. This might be a shorter one, but that's okay. No other real storytelling going on. Just got Easter coming up. Trying to get this house more put together. Getting some plumbing work happening. Sprinklers turning back on. What other stuff we got going? Trying to get a water system, water filtration up in here. Get those microplastics out of here, so it's not as bad for it. And I think I got enough social clips. I made sure to get some key points of it. Migraines, that'll be sent out. Hopefully I get some comments saying that people don't like it. Some stuff in my teeth. Hopefully you can't see that. We'll see. When is my dentist? I think that's coming up in June. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure. Could be this month. Could be next month. Who knows? Well, I'll get that clip. People are enjoying the new PhD TV episodes coming out, so go watch that. The Rivalries Never Die, where I play Tommy. The dramatic ending has not come out yet. That'll be next week. So next week on the pod, I'll do a watch along for it where it's just dramatic for no reason, and I think it's really funny to do that. Make sure to go watch that. I think there's one more Girl Scout cookie review. I forget which one it is, but go watch that. Vote for your favorite person, whose side you're picking. Mine or Ashley's for it. And then you got a new series coming up. That'll be with Tommy too. So, man, he's getting a lot of airtime on this pod. But that's all right. Maybe I'll convince him to move to Texas. Maybe that'll be how I do that. Just getting the pod going. It's like, I don't know, man. You got to move to Texas. Get this going. Because I'm not moving to Iowa. Can't house bought. Can't move. Restricted. Yeah. All right. Well, talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, DM, reach out, something. Help support the show. If you got ideas, things to do, let me know for it. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.